Hey everyone, it's Pup Luca and welcome back to the Paw'dcast. I'm joined once again by my regular guest host, Katya Lou-king, and today we're talking everything Pup and Handler headspace, how we got involved in the pup scene, and some fun fashion moments. Enjoy! Hey Katya, how are you this week?
Hello and a woo, and I like hentai too. Why did I sound like the whole moment?
Why did you go like southern?
Because I don't wear deodorant and I only take a bath.
Stop.
No, I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good. Oh yeah, really good.
So what are we talking about today?
We're going to start off with some Pup Play 101 again. We're going to talk headspaces. So pup headspace, handler headspace, and paddlers as well. Yeah. So starting off, headspace is like a rough basic rundown of what headspace is kind of the zone you get into when you step into your pup persona or your handler space to kind of bring on who you are. Some people need help getting into headspace, whether that's a handler getting them into the role, another pup getting them into the role. It could be as simple as putting your hood on, putting a hat on, a bracelet, a ring, a necklace, a collar, a chain. Literally anything can help you get into pup space. Some people can go in and out without any assistance at all. So lots of different things. For me, it depends on my mood. Some days I can switch in and out quite easily. Other days I don't, and it's like other things that kind of prompt me into headspace. Yeah. And it could be my surroundings. I had some like dog bowls of lollies left over from Paw'd Desert Island, and I brought them home. And for some reason, the next few days, myself and my housemates were just like throwing them around the house at each other and like sliding them under the doors, because our doors, it's like an old house. So we've got like an inch gap at the bottom of the door, and we're like flicking lollies under the door. And it was just funny. And then for some reason one day I went into one of my housemates' room and there was like three of us in there just chatting. And something just like we were flicking the lollies at each other in there and just like throwing them at each other and eating them. And for some reason, Luca like fully switched on and I ran into the other room, put my hood on, ran back in with an entire dog bowl full. There was like easily 50 plus like lollies in the bowl. And like I grabbed a few and flicked them at him. And then I just threw the bowl up in the air. Like lollies just flew all over the room, which myself and Havana found really funny. The person whose room was not as amused as us, but it was also very funny because we keep finding lollies just randomly dot around the house. And it's like random like social trigger moments like that just flicked me into that headspace.
Well, you are like quite chaotic.
Oh, Luca is chaos.
When you're in your pup space. He's a little...
Oh, very much. One of the most known ones is definitely when I was at Geared last year. And it was on the Sunday, so the last day, and we were having like a chill out brunch. We're in the venue, loads of other people around, just like in social clothes, just socializing. And we'd had like a salad there a few days. We got a Caesar salad. It was like the best salad I've ever had. You're pulling faces because you hate salad, but it's fine. I was enjoying the chicken and the egg part. Barely ate the lettuce.
Okay, good.
And he's very proud of that. But basically, it had the perfect egg on the top, so it was poached. And if you cut into it, it just slowly melted over the salad.
Oh, the liquid gold heaven?
The perfect yolk. And we'd had a few of those over the weekend. But for some reason that day, he hadn't even cut into the yolk yet. But my headspace flicked on for some reason. And I just grabbed the fork and just whacked the top of the egg really hard. To the point of, we are sat at one of those big circular tables that you could fit like 10 people around. Yeah. There was quite a few others on there. And the moment I hit that egg, it exploded all over the table, all over Bailey's shirt. Forgetting that day we actually ended up driving from Adelaide to Brisbane. And we went via Canberra, so it was like a 2-day drive. And we spent majority of that trip with Dippy Egg still on his shirt from the chaos moment. And as soon as I hit it, I was just laughing for a good 2 minutes. We were all like crying with laughter, could barely breathe. And then it flicked back and I went out of Pup's face and I was like, oh, I made a mess. Oh no. And it's literally just simple little fun, chaotic things like that just kind of triggered the headspace moment.
Yeah, so instead of like, I don't want to say like specific events, but it was like specific social triggers can be there.
It was
that
just a
also
social situation. There was nothing like at all kinky related.
Yeah.
It was just the chaotic playfulness of Luca's headspace.
Well, not all pup play has to be kinky.
Oh, no.
No, pup play is social. It is affectionate. It can be at sometimes adult entertainment.
Oh,
depending
definitely.
if you're into
As that's where
that
it
specific
came from.
space.
Yeah. Pup play has evolved a lot more, especially over the last few years, into a much broader term. It, again, like we've said before, derived out of the leather scene being very sub-dom play. Now it's very much that headspace for people to kind of zone out and create their own world in a way. I know a lot of pups I've met during my title year especially, a lot less of them are sexual.
Yeah.
It's getting very 50-50, even leaning more towards there's more pups that are non-sexual than sexual. They like most pups will still have their moments of being sexy and playful and that kind of thing. But meeting a lot of other pups who are on spectrum, on like ADHD, neurodiversity, especially like myself, where it's very much that almost escapism kind of way to escape real life and become this other being in your headspace. Yeah. And exploring it from there and like helping merge that into your actual life. Like I know I could be very like serious and I didn't like socializing and that kind of thing. And then I've kind of merged my playful puppy headspace into my mainstream life, as it were. And now that's kind of, they've molded together and progressed. Yeah.
With like, because I've got two different spaces that I definitely consider. So I've got like my handler aspect and then I've got my pup. I'm slowly exploring my pup space.
Yep.
As far as I know, I think it is very chaotic. The last time I was out with a hood, I think I threw a Tenga block at the Tenga Tower at one of the moshes and just completely destroyed the tower every time they built it back up.
At the what?
The Tenga block.
Do you mean Jenga?
Oh, what did I say? Tenga. Can't love that. Yeah, no, it was all the Tenga eggs.
Jenga.
No, the Jenga blocks. Yeah.
What's Tenga?
That's a not suitable for work part of the podcast.
Okay, Jenga.
Yeah, Jenga.
Jenga. The Jenga. Toppling tower, the wooden block tower. But it's like the giant garden size.
One, yeah. It's the garden size. And every time someone builds that up, I like to go over and kick it over. Or
I went to do that at Mosh. I ran into it.
And then you fell over.
I did.
Slipped into the DJ box.
I ran into it and then I trod on a block. And because the floor was also wood, that then slipped under me. I stumbled forwards, up a couple of steps into the DJ box, and then just went splat straight on the floor.
There was a couple of times there too where I was hanging out with one of the other alphas, Alpha Bailey, at the bar. And there's this glass jar of lollipops.
Ah, yep.
And I just kept slowly pushing it.
It's glass.
Slowly. I know.
I haven't seen that in a while. Is it gone?
It's somewhere.
It's not gone.
But like I think my pup space is very very chaotic.
I can't wait for us to actually probably pup out.
No, I'm fucking chaos. I think the two of us together are going to be quite a handful. So I pray for anybody there.
Good luck.
And then like that's like my pup space, but like with my handler space, I don't really consider it not always on.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always on. So like I can be very dominating and intimidating when I am out and about. Like I'm a performer, I perform constantly, but if there are pups there, I will have that handler vibe. But most of my handler care is the aftercare of pup play. I like being nurturing and motherly, and if my pups want to hug, if they want to drink, if they want to just sit down and chat, have dinner, like I'd say like my handler space is more nurturing.
Yeah, it's the caregiving.
It's not so much the extreme dom side, or like I can be. One of my pups that I have, we were out and about and we were just like chilling and he was like flirting around with this boy and I was like, oh, like you get it, Glen Coco. I love that for you. And he's standing at the top of the stairs and this guy comes over and he's like, oh, flirtation. He says, like, this is like one of the kink events and like a lot of people were in jockstraps. And he's like sitting at the top of the stairs and this guy's like, oh, like, you look really sexy, blah, blah, blah. They're flirting and then like have a little peck on the cheek. And then he's like, oh, can I slap your ass?
Wait, who asked who? The pup asked him?
No,
or he asked the pup?
Asked the pup. And the pup gave consent and he was like, yes, no, go, of course, you can. And that slap was the most piss poor excuse of a slap that I have ever fucking seen in my life. And I was like, oh, sweetheart.
You do love a good slap, though.
I do love a good slap. So I was like, let mother show you what a slap is. And so I asked my pup if I could have consent. He was like, yep. I slapped him so fucking hard that he ended up not only welting, but he had a bruise the size of like a small melon on the side of his cheek.
His small melon.
Yeah. It was like this huge fucking bruise. It was welting. It started bleeding with just how
Did
hard
you have jewelry on?
Nope.
Wow.
So I don't know how I made it bleed, but like I slapped him so fucking hard, and that bruise lasted for about like 3 days, and then the welts went down after
But he was
2.
okay with that.
He was okay, yeah. He was just like, that's a slap. And I was like, yes. I was like, if that pup is into it and they like that sort of
And that's the main thing is even though that's your pup,
I
did
did
still ask for consent before.
Because I use a lot of pups with anything I do when it comes to performances. I perform with you quite a lot.
We do.
And whenever we do numbers that involve anything like physical, if we're doing like with Mary Poppins, when we did that number, and I was like, oh, I'm going to put the hat on your chest and then down, and then you're going to thrust the hat.
Yes.
Yeah, I asked for consent for before that. I was like, are you sure we do this? We can change the curry. But yeah, no, my handler space is very nurturing, but I can be very brutal when it comes to discipline. Would I say it's discipline? No, I wouldn't say it's discipline.
It's a form, like slapping and the spanking is.
Affection.
It can be a form of affection. It's definitely a form of impact play.
Yeah, they are definitely.
Which is a major one with consent. Any kind, any tangent of that.
Yeah,
everything needs to be questioned.
Yeah, so like
never feel like you're asking too many questions.
Yeah, so like I made sure that I had consent before I slapped his ass, and I was just like, I'll show you how it's done. I've slapped a couple pups. I've slapped Alpha Bailey before as well, and
I think you got Boomer as well.
I got Boomer as well. Yeah, I got him. But I always make sure I ask for consent first because I'm like, that's more of my dominating.
And it's always the pups that are more instigating at the moment before as well.
Oh, yeah.
You're never going to just walk up to a pup and be like, I want to slap you. Do you consent? Because that's not okay.
No, it's not that. It's more of like my pup is instigating and I'm like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm, okay.
It's reading the room, reading the vibe.
Reading the
situation.
Vibe, definitely.
It is your handler headspace molding into the pup's headspace. I
feel like it's kind of giving up, like when I slap a pup, it's not so much like sexualized. It's more of like you wait till you get your ass home. like
full on late 90s, early 2000s mum.
Yeah, like I think that's the vibe that I give off. Like I'm very caring and I love everybody, but then if you piss me off, I swear to God, you're gonna cop it when you get home. Like that's the whole vibe. So that's
kind of glad I don't live with you anymore now.
No, but we never.
No, we never argued. We never did anything.
We never instigated anything. I think the most we ever argued about was fucking when we were playing Minecraft together.
Oh no, that was great.
I think that's the only time we've ever argued, and it was picking the color of the floor.
Yeah, because checkered is fun.
Yes, no, but you wanted it like I wanted it orange and black, but then you wanted it pink and blue. Yeah,
I did. Yeah.
So that's, I think, the only time we've ever argued. But yeah, no, like Headspace is a very fun thing to get into. And sometimes you can get into it straight away. And sometimes it takes you a while.
Yeah, even if like you're a pup with the physical trigger of going, oh, well, usually to get into my pup space, I put my hood on.
Yeah.
There will be days where you'll put your hood on and wanting to get into pup space and it won't click.
Yeah. And sometimes that you might be in your pup space and you don't have your hood.
Yeah.
And
you could be sat in a hall.
Yeah.
Eating a Caesar salad.
Yeah. And you could be voting in a government booth.
You could.
Like, you could be anywhere. And
that has not happened to me, but now you've said it. That's going to sit
happen.
in my subconscious.
Yeah. Mine did.
Your pup space clicked in?
Yeah, when I was voting.
Oh, the last vote?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that like a double? We had like the mayor and a council thing.
Mm. Yeah. No. Oh, no. It took everything. Did you play fetch with yourself with the little pencil they give you? No, I wanted to go knock over the booth that had all the votes in it. Like the urge of seeing a giant collection of papers. Like the chaos, yeah. You know, like now that I'm... the Jenga tower. Yeah, like now that I'm... Jenga. With a J. Not with the T. The T is available at the Den 42 Valley, conveniently located across from Netherworld. Other sex stores are available. Well, yeah, that is true. Because they aren't sponsoring us. Oh, no. Yet. If they want to, hit us up. I mean, I know what would be camp for an episode. They do this flavored lube that you can mix into cocktails.
Oh, so we're already doing mimosas. Now we're doing lubey cocktails.
Yeah, and it's like Sex on the Beach flavor. It's like Long Island. They have all the different flavors, and you can add them to cocktails just to give that extra
sounds
hit.
fun.
You can't do the Sex on the Beach one though.
No,
because that's the pineapple one.
That will make me ill.
Yeah, that'll make you very ill.
Yeah.
But I think that'd be fun.
That will be fun. If you want to see us do some lubey cocktails, send us a message on Instagram. For like any recommendations of cocktails you want us to try.
Oh, yes.
And we'll see if we can incorporate some alternative ingredients, let's say.
Yeah.
And see if we can get that going, because that could be quite fun.
12 shots of vodka, 3 shots of lube.
And that's just your morning drink.
That's just my morning.
I have coffee.
That's how I wake up in the morning, is I have a cocktail and a bit of lube and I'm out the door.
You have a cocktail and then some cocktail.
Oh, don't get me started. With like all of our headspace and everything, like how did you first go about getting into kink play? Like in pup play, like because that was one of our questions that we got from.
We did. We got a question
Q&A.
sent in from Pup Luca last week, and we were like, "That's such a good question. We're going to save it for its own episode.
It needs its own episode." So, like, what got you? Like, how did you get involved?
For me, it was a few years ago now. So I'd like seen bits online, like on Tumblr, on Twitter. I remember the first time I ever saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's a bit odd." Look at me now. Woo, Australian pup. So I remember seeing it and thinking that, and then I kept seeing it. It kept coming up every now and then because obviously the algorithms. You see a post once and you spend more than 1 second looking at it, and it's more likely to appear.
Yeah, I'm on a really weird side of TikTok at the moment because of the algorithm.
I keep getting like your birth month is your blah blah blah.
Do
you get those?
I used to. I'm on fucking Seafood Boil TikTok.
You're on what?
Seafood Boil. I watched one episode, like full mukbang on TikTok of this like person cooking this giant seafood boil, and I was so obsessed with it and it made me hungry that I watched it all the way to the end, and now all I get is fucking watch me eat 300 crawfish. Here's an episode of me eating this lobster. It's all about seafood, and I don't know how to get out of it.
Yeah, but that's very targeted though, because I have gone to sushi with you quite a lot.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do the plates, and I'll have maybe 4 plates, maybe 5. Do you stack? I think the most I've seen you in the like mid-20s.
My record's like 25 plates of sushi with 2 bowls of udon, large, and 3 Cokes.
In one sitting.
In one sitting.
That's like one lunch. And I'm like, no.
I fuck with sushi. I fuck with sushi so hard. I love it.
It's chaotic.
It is chaotic because we can never stay on one topic.
No, we can't. And that is the best part about this.
Yeah.
So headspacing and that's the thing. But the thing that like back into the algorithms what got me, it started coming up more often. And then I started to go, oh, this is kind of cute. Oh, that's kind of sexy.
Yeah.
They look kind of cool, that kind of thing. And then I moved in with you. And then I got the job at the pub in Brisbane, and it's the one place where like Q-Bar's home is in a way. Yeah. Sporties is definitely the place for regular events for pups. They're always welcome there, that kind of thing. So I started seeing it in person.
Yeah.
And then I started chatting to them at the bar because they come up and get drinks. And then I went to my first mosh. I was the bartender for it. And then I started actually being able to socialize with them. And then it just grew from there, really.
Yeah. So how long have you been in the pup play scene now? Bless you.
That was about 3 years. Just over. I've been involved with the scene longer than I've been a pup. It's probably involved maybe 3.5, closer to 4 years now, maybe.
Yeah.
But actually as a pup myself, I checked Luca's puppy birthday is June 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Luca turns 3 on June 8
wow, you
this
old.
year.
Oh my god. No, so so about 4 years, I reckon.
Yeah. probably been around it for about 4, but yeah, Luca's 3rd birthday is coming up on June 8th this year.
Yeah.
Depending when this episode comes out, because I can't remember timelines, it's either just before or just after Luca's puppy birthday.
Has it or was it your birthday? Who knows? We'll find out. Happy birthday, just in case.
Thank you. I'm either 3 or almost 3.
Oh, the drama.
I know, how exciting.
But
what about you? What got you involved with the pup scene?
oh my God. I've been in it for a while. My first interaction, which I think I figured out, was near the beginning of my residency at Sporties in 2017. Cooper used to hold moshes downstairs in Bunker Bar on the Wednesday nights. So
Wednesday nights.
yeah, so I was doing karaoke upstairs. So like I'm one of the main hosts for Wednesdays at the pub. And they used to have their moshes on the Wednesday downstairs. This was back when tickets were like every hour and I had time to go socialize and chill and hang out with people. And my manager at the time, who's also in heavily involved with the pup community, he came up to me because this is before I knew he was involved with the community and any of that. And I went up to him, got a drink, and he was like, oh yeah, there are puppies downstairs. And I was like, oh really? Okay. I went down there and I think I was more expecting like actual...
like biological
dogs downstairs, just because the way he said it. Because like I've never heard of pet play or pup play, like any of that until when I walked downstairs and I was like, oh, they're actually people in these hoods. And
you walk down going, there's going to be some golden retrievers for me to cuddle with.
Yeah,
and then
like,
there's like a twink in a mask.
Yeah. So like I went down there and like I still ended up cuddling with the puppies because like there was just something so infectious about Cooper that it just, the second that I walked down there and I saw everybody just having the time of their lives, moshing out, playing fetch with each other, like I just immediately fell in love with the pups and just became obsessed with them. Like anything that they did, anywhere that they were, I always just wanted to be like, hi. Like I would want to go up and like give them cuddles, give them scratches. So like from the moment that I saw them, I was like, oh my God, I want to do anything and everything with them. And then it took me a couple of years to kind of get the confidence to get more involved. And then I got booked we have a regular Christmas party with Cooper, Pupmas, and I got booked for my first one. And like, that's the first time that I was in more of a social setting at someone's house, listening to music, drinking, carrying on by a pool and doing a drag number for all these puppies who were so intent in watching me that I was just like, just everything that I've done with the pups just made me fall more in love with them. And
there's definitely one thing I love about the Brisbane scene is how much the queens and the pups are involved with each other.
100%.
Like I've never met a queen that like is uncomfortable around pups.
No,
they all love
Dragon.
When the pups come in, they always bring in a great crowd. They're always like howling and cheering along during the performances. It's just such a good vibe and connection, like molding that part of like the queer scene and the kink scenes together.
Yeah.
And I've definitely noticed like traveling around, it's so strong in Brisbane and it is so good.
Yeah. There are, like, I don't think I know any queen that's like, no, don't like them.
No.
And I don't think I know any pups that are like, oh, don't like that girl. Like, it's very rare. But there are queens who love pups and I like just vibe with them, call them out, say hello, and just generally respectful. And then you've got the ones who are like heavily involved with the scene, like myself and Gayleen Tuckwood. She's a local performer up here.
Chocolate Box.
She's heavily involved with a lot of the events that we do as well. And they so like you've got because I would say that the scene's semi-divided in that sense, that you've got your Cooper queens, you've got your Brisbane queens, you've got your leather queens. Like
they do kind of intermingle as well.
Like they intermingle.
There's definitely different groups of queens that
like you've got the
it's
girls,
more they get booked for different events.
I would say that, but then you've got the girls who are like, you've got like Mandy's leather boys, like that's her children, that's her like group. If that makes sense. And then you got Maxie with her bears and all the bears that she hangs out like with her bears.
Yeah, it's very much like Maxie's bears and Shani's bears.
Yeah, Shani's bears. You've got
Mandy's leathers.
And then you've got me and Gayleen with the pups. Like that's our thing. So like there are queens who are like heavily involved with each scene, but then there are queens who are more than supportive and want to come to everything that we do.
Yeah. Like we have with the Paw'd dance parties, where we try and book different drag queens every time. So I remember for Paw'd 1, I had yourself and Havana Crown did Paw'd 1.
Yeah.
And we had Magenta do a guest as well.
Yes.
And then Paw'd 2, who do we have for Paw'd 2?
And it was me.
It's always you.
Who did we have?
Paw'd 2, what was the theme for Paw'd 2? Tropics.
Tropical,
I can't believe
I can't remember.
Fart. It was really
Are you sure
fun.
that wasn't Havana? Tropical.
Was Tropical Havana?
Havana.
No, it was. Tropical was Havana. Paw'd 1 was just you and Magenta. Paw'd 2 was you and Havana.
That's right, yeah. Paw'd 1 was me and Magenta, and then it was me and Havana.
And then Paw'd 3 was you, Moose, and Elderflower.
Yeah.
And that was great.
That was a really fun night. I ended up at the bar with Elle
and tequila.
Yeah, oh, tequila tastes like naked.
It does for you.
No, can't do tequila anymore. I say I like, and this is like how much.
Don't call out on a microphone in front of a room of puppies that love you. Yeah. Tequila tastes like naked, because they will buy you tequila.
100%. I went up there and I was like telling about how I had a tequila upstairs and like I think it tastes like naked. And then in the period of me saying that and then going down, getting ready for my second number, I think I had like 6 tequila shots.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And, oh girl, no more tequila for mummy.
That needs to be on a t-shirt.
No
Katya's new merch, no tequila for mummy.
God, that'd be kind of camp.
In the shape of like a San Jose bottle or something.
Ooh. What about those cups? Is it Stanley cups?
The Stanley Cup?
Yeah.
Isn't the Stanley Cup from like that hockey thing?
No.
Oh no, like those big travel mugs
that
you can
mugs,
fit like
the one that
3
survived
liters.
The car crash and sponsored that lady?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There was this lady and she had this cup and it's an American brand and she ended up in a car crash and the car like burnt down, the entire thing gone, wrecked. But when they salvaged and went through the vehicle, that cup was the only thing that was not affected. And then they opened it up and it still had ice in it.
Wow.
And they got so much like good publicity from it that they bought her a new car to replace the one that she lost because they were like, you just gave us.
But she was okay.
She was okay. Yeah, she was fine. It was like something to do with like she was in a car crash and she was fine. She got out and then the car got caught on fire and that cup had an ice latte in it or something. I want one of those that says no more tequila for mummy, please.
Okay, well, we'll look into it.
Yeah, we'll see. But speaking of fave things, like that cup, tequila. I do love tequila.
You do.
I want to talk about our favorite fashion moments that we've had together over the last couple of years.
We've had quite a few. We do love going to a major event and doing like a fun little matching fashion look.
Yeah, but we also do it like not on purpose as well.
Yeah, we've also rocked up to events and looked at each other and going, we did the same thing. Literally, the episode 1 of this podcast.
Episode 1, yep. We rocked up wearing the exact same outfit.
I had been wearing black jeans, black shirt, and blue jeans, black shirt, and a red and black flannel all day. I got up at like 7:30 in the morning, went to work, spent all day at work, then came and picked you up, which you hadn't even been alive until 2 p.m.
No.
And you were in the same clothes.
Yep.
And that's not the first time. That happens quite frequently.
Yeah,
but we also have our planned moments.
We have our planned moments. Like, one of my favorite ones that I think we've done so far was our matching houndstooth set that we did
with the skirt and the cloak.
Yeah, for SmackDown Meet the Queens. I believe it was 2020.
No, it wasn't Meet the Queens. It was the finale.
Was it the finale?
It was the year Ladybird won.
Are you sure it was the finale? I
yes,
swear it was
because it's still my current profile photo.
And she's in the belt?
Yes, it's the night she won. No, we made it for Queen's Ball. And we wore it to the finale.
We
made it for
Queen's Ball and then we decided to wear it early to the finale and then to Queen's Ball.
It was like an angular houndstooth with black glittered velvet and denim. And it's like, mine is like a fitted shirt with pants and like a big flowing skirt from waist to floor that's sewn into the pant.
Yeah.
So it flows so nice when it's going behind. And then you had a leotard skirt version. So it was like a two-piece.
Yeah, it was like
but
black,
looked like a big gown.
black glittery velvet leotard with these gorgeous long sleeves, and then the bottom half of the gown was built in to the actual...
Yeah.
Not built into the leotard, but like I could basically slip it around and you could not tell that it was two pieces.
No.
And it had a high slit, and it was houndstooth on the outside, but then when I spun, it revealed into a denim on the inside.
Like a denim underlay.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
That was fun.
One of our other unintentional ones was our Mary Poppins duet. Where you wore, like, it was a part of my outfit, but you wore the houndstooth pants and the black top, and then I wore the skirt and the big giant bow houndstooth part.
Yeah.
When we did that together.
That was fun.
You made that entire top part of that outfit the week of we got booked for. Because we got booked for 2 different venues to do that.
Yeah. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I had mentally prepared for one because it was back when I was working at the pub and it was staff drag that we'd planned it for.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's fine. I'll think of something. And then you messaged me and was like, hey, 2 weeks before that now, I want you to perform that with me at this venue. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah. So we did it at this other venue together, and that was like quite a moment too. Are there any other high fashion moments that we've done?
There's been not so much high fashion, but there was the unintentional 4 of us. That was a SmackDown night where we all happened to rock up in like mustard yellow. And I was wearing like jeans and a yellow jumper. You were there. We had Moose and Dylan. And the 4 of us all came out in yellow outfits. And it's rare that you have anything yellow on. Yours was mainly black with little yellow accents.
Was it?
Yeah. Dylan was in like a full yellow tracksuit. Oh no, it might have been Moose in the yellow tracksuit.
We've done that twice because there was that one. So we did the yellow, and then we did the one where we all showed up in houndstooth.
We did. We do love a houndstooth.
We do love a good houndstooth. Houndstooth is the only colour.
Flagging, biting.
Yeah, flagging, biting, or that you're heavily into Katya Lou-king.
Both are socially acceptable.
Both are socially acceptable, and
one of them is socially unacceptable, as well as acceptable.
Which one's that one?
Katya.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not acceptable socially at all. But like, no, if you want to come and give me a bite, that's
cheeky little nibble.
What's the word?
What?
Like, I want to instigate it, and I approve. Like, it is encouraged. That's the word I want.
Encouraged.
Yeah, it is encouraged. If you want to come and give me a nibble,
just ask.
Yeah, just ask first.
Just come up and be like, "Want you a little nibble?"
Yeah, you want a little nibble? I probably taste like donuts.
Or Kit Kats.
Or Kit Kats. Oh, no, I probably fucking taste like hard solo at this point.
You would.
Yeah.
I feel like you sweat hard solo now.
Yeah.
Hard solo and Red Bull.
Yeah, but we've had many fashion moments over the years, and I've loved every moment. We've got a couple ones, I think.
We've got a couple planned. We've got a lovely patchwork denim one coming up.
Yeah, we've got it planned. Have we executed it yet? No. Do we have a really tight time frame? Yes, we do.
Oh, time frame. That's where that was going.
Yeah.
Yep. Do we have a really tight time frame?
We do have a tight time frame.
Sorry, the really awkward eye contact as you said that.
We didn't get it filmed, but we just looked each other directly in the eye.
Like side-eye through our glasses deep into each other's souls.
Tight time frame. But yeah, no. Well, that will have to do for this episode.
Yeah.
We are on
Speaking
very
of tight time frames, I think that's about that for this one.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the sign-off this week? You want to do the honk? Or should we do the honk together?
Do you want to do...
We'll alternate lines and then do the honk together?
Yeah. So I actually had to write this down because last episode I could not fucking remember the fucking thing. All right, my darlings, we're going to do a little bit of an outro.
Thank you so much for listening. And remember, be kind.
Be camp.
Be kinky.
And always...
What was that?
I don't know.
What was the breathiest honk I've ever heard you do?
Might have to redo that one.
And on that note, bye.